Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Toby's Talk Show, and today we are back, and today we'll be talking about the NFL quarterback trade market and all the news that has happened, especially today. As you guys know, if you have been keeping up with the NFL news, today we have been notified that Russell Wilson, uh, his agent has let ESPN and obviously the Seattle front office know that he is not requesting a trade. However, if he were to get traded, and he has a no trade clause, so he does get to decide where he gets traded. Unlike other quarterbacks, he can't be forced into a trade. He would want to go to the Saints, the Bears, the Raiders, or the Cowboys. And the other news we received today is that Deshaun Watson met with the new head coach of the Texans. I think his name's David Culley. I know his last name ends with Culley. The Ravens' previous offensive coordinator. And he had a meeting with Watson on Friday. And Watson straight up told him and said, look, I don't want to be here. I want out of Houston, which is big news because obviously we've known that Watson wants out, but this is kind of, finalizing the fact that we probably won't see Deshaun Watson play in a Texans uniform ever again. So, two very, very interesting trades. Don't want to keep you guys long, so I'll keep it short. But for Russell Wilson, it's interesting, right? Because Russell Wilson is so good. He is a top three, maybe a top some people will probably have him in the top five, but for a lot of people, he's a top three quarterback in the league. He is phenomenal. Obviously, he has the legs to run, and he just throws dots everywhere on the field. The issue, and it has been an issue for some time, I think there are two issues with Seattle. One is that their offensive line just hasn't been as good as it used to be. And the other issue is, and I was reading it on Twitter, and I find it interesting, is that people are saying, look, how Seattle likes to win is not what best suits Russell Wilson. And that is the run game and the defense. And what happened last year is that the defense wasn't as good as expected. Obviously, in the beginning of the season had one of the worst statistical starts of all time. I don't know where they ended. I don't think they ended number one, though. I may be wrong on that. And, you're running the ball more, which obviously if you're a top three quarterback, it's not maybe something you want to do. So I think Russell Wilson just wants the help he needs to win another Super Bowl because the NFL is driven by quarterbacks, right? That's why they're so valuable. It's why Carson Wentz, a below average to some people quarterback, is going for a second and third round pick, is because of the captain of the offense. If you don't have a good quarterback, you most likely won't win games. You can look at many teams for this, the Patriots, the Washington football team, the Panthers even. You could just keep going down the line. And, it's interesting. And if you have a top three quarterback, you want to keep him happy because if Russell Wilson leaves, that Seattle team is not winning for a long time. Probably won't even be contention for a long time. The defense was horrendous. And if you have someone like Drew Lock, even someone as okay as Carson Wentz in that Seattle offense, it would probably be a 6-10 team if we're being honest with one another. So if I'm Seattle, I'm trying to make I think this is, I think this is kind of a ploy just for Russell Westbrook to try to get the pieces he needs to succeed. I don't think he wants out, and I think that's what he was saying. I don't want out, but if it comes to a point where you're not helping me thrive, helping our team try to win a championship, I may want out because, everyone cares about that ring. So it'll be interesting. I think the four teams are interesting. Again, don't want to keep this video too long, but Cowboys, I don't know why he wants to go to the four specific teams. There hasn't been reasoning for it yet. Saints, great offense. If they had a Russell Wilson, they'd probably win the Super Bowl. Drew Brees, just his arm is giving out on him. We know that. Cowboys, also great offense, kind of, the most famous team. Probably all of sports, why they're the most hated. You have the Raiders. I'm not sure why the Raiders. Maybe he likes Las Vegas. Maybe close to home. Again, I don't really know. But, they have a solid defense. If they have a stud quarterback, they could probably do some things. And the same thing with the Bears, right? Like all these teams, if you add Russell Wilson to it, even if you're giving up your future, they're contenders automatically. So I understand, none of them are garbage teams. And then when you look at Deshaun Watson, this isn't really news that he wants out. However, it is interesting that he's kind of finalizing that. The only issue is, people are like, oh, like let him. I mean, obviously this is never going to happen, but you see people like, oh, it's not fair to Deshaun, just let him go. Well, if I'm the Houston front office, I'm like, he signed a contract. We didn't force him to. He signed a 5-year, I believe, 4-year maybe, just a big extension. And, he knew what he was signing up for. Obviously, if he wants out, he's not going to be forced to play in the game. However, you can't be mad that if Houston takes a minute to figure it out, if I'm Houston, I'm just trying to get the best trade I can for Deshaun. And like I said, because quarterbacks are, kind of drive the league, he's going for a lot. So if you're a team looking for Deshaun Watson, you kind of have to be ready to win then. And obviously, I know I just said like, oh, um, Russell Wilson kind of makes any team a contender. But if you're looking at the Panthers, if they're giving up their whole draft this year and maybe a few picks next year, whatever, however it may be, Watson's at least three first round picks. Do they have enough pieces to win right now? Probably not. I don't think a Panthers team with Russell Wilson is winning a Super Bowl. So as a team, you have to be careful. I mean, but the Jets, for example, though, I understand. I mean, I guess with every team, he's so young, right? It's kind of like Luka Doncic, or one of those young studs in the NBA, Jason Tatum, where it's like he comes on the team as a contender. Are you going to trade your future? Probably just because he's going to be so good for that long a time. So I understand pretty much if you're any team, just make sure that he doesn't get as angry as he was on the Texans because you don't have the right pieces. So try to fill up those pieces, as quick as possible. Yeah, guys, I mean, that's really it. That's all I wanted to talk about. The Watson news isn't new. The Wilson news is new, so it's just interesting to kind of look at. Watson, probably last game as a Texan, and Wilson, probably not his last game as a Seahawk. Those are probably the two things you really need to know. And yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know your thoughts down below. Where do you think Watson's going to go? Do you think Wilson will be traded? Yeah. And anything else you guys have any thoughts on? I love replying to you guys, seeing your guys' comments. So make sure you comment. And if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.